Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Trucker for Hire. It's been so long since the last episode, probably most of you guys don't even know what that is. The last episode of Trucker for Hire series we had was August 2018, more than a year ago. And this series is all about simulating and mimicking how it feels like in the life of a truck driver. Not an owner, just a truck driver who drives around in his simple car. We have the Seat Leon now. Drives to an establishment, takes a job, and gets different trucks every single time. So that's what we're doing now. So we are currently in London. I've had a couple of requests that asked for me to drive more in the UK. So this is the perfect opportunity for that. We'll be picking up a job in this place. Can't remember how you call that, but we have a job that would take us north to Grimsby, if I remember correctly. Yes? Let's do that. Now, the challenge with finding a decent car has always been that there are not a lot of car mods that are pretty good. In the truck sim world, which is pretty understandable, why would you drive a car in a truck simulator? But there are always exceptions to the rule, and this is an exact reason why we want that. But it's cool, and I kind of miss it. So we will try and roleplay, and as early as that, I made the wrong turn already. So how it feels like to be in the shoes of a truck driver. So we don't own any of our trucks. We don't own any truck. The only thing we own is this car. And we basically take any of the company trucks, and then we take whatever we can get. So we have a different truck each time, different configurations and all that stuff. Let's go and see if we can go before that guy. There we go. Man, London does look great with snow, huh? I also have something new. I am using John Doe 6's reshade resets for natural lux, so the lighting is even better. That's the default natural lux. That's the one with John Doe 6. Just a few tweaks with the contrast and stuff like that to make the lighting even better looking. Something along those lines. Slow down here. So there are a lot of pretty crappy cars out there, to be honest, and it's been very hard to find a decent one. I was supposed to go, something that was recommended by Alex and Jay was the Renault Twizy, I think. It looks like an electric car, like a one-seater, a very compact car. Not even sure what you call it, what it's classified as. But it's a one-seater, and it's pretty cute looking actually, but there was a problem with the windshield. It was too bright, so everything was getting washed out. And so in the end, I decided not to go with it. It's actually kind of cool, huh? Driving in a car for a change. The perspective is definitely different. It feels so strange driving from so low, especially later when you switch to a truck. Yeah, this is actually one of the more decent cars out there. The Seat Leon has been done in a very, decent manner. Especially the sounds. Most of the sounds you'll get if you get any car mods are pretty crappy, like roaring in a bad way kind of deal. But this one is actually pretty subtle, right? Pretty soft. What's the speed limit here? 48. Okay. I think we'll be passing through the, what do you call it, Black Wall Tunnel before we get to our destination, before we start our journey. Man, that looks so great, doesn't it? So I'm using a combination of natural lux for the weather, for the skies, and what do you call it? Frosty mod for the snow itself. One more turn here. No one there, good. And I believe I'm also using SIP's traffic density. Blackwall Tunnel, there we go, exactly, that's the one. Now I think we can stay in the inner lane. Normally if you're a truck you wouldn't be able to fit in there. I think there are actually like barriers in the tunnel itself, or if I remember correctly. Probably 50-mile speed limit here. But yeah, what I was speaking about the car is probably it doesn't make much sense. We are in the UK and I'm driving left-hand drive. But that's because of the limited number of cars available. Even though this car, that's the barrier I was talking about. Even though this car has a UK variant, if you pick the UK variant, the steering wheel is actually like a typical Skoda car. Those are the barriers I was talking about. Yeah, definitely would not fit a truck. Not the best engine sounds, so let's stay inside. It does give you a very nice feel though, doesn't it? A very nice change. Some things I'm not a fan of, like this chrome trim in the dashboard, but after a while I kind of get used to it and it doesn't bother me that much anymore. That was a nice drive through the tunnel. So we turn off here. Yes, this is the one. And also even the speed limits are based on a car. There is a setting. In the gameplay settings, there is an option to choose whether you see and use truck limits or car limits. And I chose the one for the car to simulate that we're really driving one. And it does look amazing, doesn't it? Actually, this might be a nice screenshot later. Car for a change, that view. Oh, beautiful. Oh, crap. Okay, let's stop here. But yeah, not too shabby. Seat Leon. I think it's a Spanish car manufacturer, which is what, bought by VW or under VW in the end. I'm not really familiar with it. I see a couple of Seats here in Singapore, but it's not that common, it's not that famous. Let's go and merge here because we'll be turning soon. So we'll find a parking here and then we will go on and do our job. Start with our job. I think we'll be driving with a Renault today. I can't remember exactly, but we will see soon enough. The good thing is when we do drive the company trucks, these company trucks will be right-hand drive because these are owned by the company and they're proper UK variants. So for our UK friends, you guys will not have anything to worry about anymore. I'm just wondering where we can park this. Hey bro, morning. How do you guys greet each other in the UK? Maybe I shouldn't ask. Oh yeah, this is the parking, okay. This is like employee parking. So let's do that, park properly here. And then I'll go inside the office, file a few paperworks, get the papers ready, and I'll meet you guys back in the truck and we will go on our merry way towards Grimsby. Not the best parking. Let's fix it. This is a very starter, simple car. No reverse camera. Nowadays, most of the cars have that reverse camera over here, right? But During my time when I drove in Manila, we didn't even have GPS back then. There you go. Alright guys. Look at that guy. Look at our guy here. He's actually merging into the seat. Let's not look at that too closely. Yeah, some of the imperfections in the car. But yeah, we can live with that. Let's just think that he's super relaxed. Okay. Anyway, catch you guys in a bit. I'll get the paperwork ready. I'll meet you back in the truck. And we are back. Renault Range T, all pimped up. This is a company truck. Actually, that's strange. Why is it not a UK variant? Maybe it's one of those imports. Well, we can live with that. That's fine. But as you can see, even if this is for those who are wondering, this is actually a quick job, okay? So if you go to quick jobs, I'll give you a peek under the hood. Quick job in all the different variants, lights and bull bars and different paint jobs. So this is thanks to a mod called Quick Jobs Tune Truck. You can check it out in the mods list, link in the video description. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get going. Oh wait, but let's have a look at the route. So we start from this place, we cross over the same junction we came from, join the A12, turn towards A406, then turn right towards M11, and go straight towards Grimsby. Maybe we can discover that along the way. That can work. Yes, alright. Thanks to Pro Mods, we have amazing sights everywhere. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, do we actually have... These are actually EVR sounds. Nice. Lucky. How lucky for us. Even with the quick jobs, EVR sounds are compatible. Right, so we're carrying 22 tons of canned beef for our friends in Grimsby for all their cooking needs. What is that? A bike lane? It's interesting. Make sure you don't get in the wrong lane. As you guys might know, I am more used to driving on the other side of the road. Depends who you ask. That might be the wrong side of the road. A13 city, A12 thingy. I think we stay on the right lane. Off we go. But yeah, the Trucker for Hire series has always been an interesting one. The concept is quite unique. Not a lot of people do this, but I like the feel of it. You know, very immersive. Something like watching a video of Driving Bro, driving to the company, doing a job right there and stuff like that. Is this a legal turn? I guess so. The GPS says so. But everything just looks beautiful. So hope you guys are enjoying the drive so far. We still have 300 kilometers to go, but we will be driving on highways, so that should be pretty quick. Don't ask me what that is in miles. Guessing maybe 200 miles. Something along those lines. But yeah, even this truck itself is based in... I guess this came from Europe mainly. Mainland Europe, how do you call it? Oh. Stop. Oh crap, sorry. Oh, actually didn't get any penalty there. Interesting. I forgot that I actually have frosty mod physics as well. So the roads are slippery. More slippery than usual. Car. That's fine, we can merge in. Thank you. Man, everything that just looks lovely, doesn't it? The combination of that beautiful sky and the trees with just a little bit of snow just adds so much to the scene. Tell me, for those of you guys who are based in the UK, and I know there are a lot of you, does it look like this right now? Is it snowing? I've heard that it's quite a cold, not actually a hot kind of winter recently, but that might have changed quickly. Love those very subtle squeaking sounds. Oh, this looks so good. This is our thumbnail right here, guys. For sure. Oh, that's what you do when you go to external view. That's what happens every single time. Let's rewind that. Nothing happened, guys. Nothing to see here. Let's just enjoy the road. The beauty of Pro Mods UK roads. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me driving in the UK if Pro Mods is not enabled, because it's just so far off. Even I notice that things aren't realistic when it's the default SCS roads, because these roads are so old, from even before ETS2 was launched, something along those lines. So yeah, I only drive in the UK when we have Pro Mods in, and we do have Pro Mods in for this profile. We even have Rust Map, so we do have a lot of options. So let me know in the comment section where you want to go in the next episode, okay? And we'll do our best. The more votes we get, the easier it will be to pick. And winner, majority wins, basically. Let's go and overtake this guy. You're not speeding, right? Yeah, 97 kilometers, which is probably, what, 60 miles? Something like that. But man, we're lucky. EVR sound. So even though this steering wheel doesn't make sense, why you need two of these, what they call it, steering knobs, which are, if I remember correctly, are actually illegal in Europe in the first place. But who's checking, right? And we have two German Shepherd dogs there to guard us. Thankfully, no cracks on the windshield like before. Yeah, this is actually done by a different guy now. So I'm sorry I forgot the name, but it's in the mods list. This is a brand new guy, not even Pendragon. But he has his own variant of the quick jobs. So if you're a fan of driving different trucks, but you can't be bothered with setting up, configuring each truck on your own, then this is a good alternative. Just hop in, do quick jobs, different truck each time, so many different configs. And don't worry, no cracks on the windshield with what this guy is doing. I'm really sorry, I forgot the name. But thank you for the amazing mod. Because without this, I don't think the Trucker for Hire series can work without the different quick job options. Because if we all get pretty standard configs, it will get monotonous pretty quick. But in this way, so many variants, paint jobs, light options, even bull bars and cabin accessories, as we can see. Slow down a bit here. Roads are getting a bit curvy. Man. So yeah, is pretty immersive, and because we don't have our own truck, we can't really complain. We can't really just modify anything we want, and I am in the wrong lane, my bad. I'm in a non-existent lane now. Didn't realize that lane was dropping off, my bad. So apparently you still have those dropping off lanes even in pro mods, but I guess that's realistic now. For the smaller A roads, probably that's more common. Yeah, that's why you have these signs. I just wasn't paying attention. There's actually one guy who commented on the video, nice gameplay, but you talk too much. I guess I cannot complain. That's true. I do talk too much. But for those who don't like the talking, I would suggest you guys stick with silent trucking episodes. You might enjoy that better, because in the other videos, I babble a lot. So that might not be your cup of tea, and I can completely understand that. But I'd like to think that some people prefer the babble, you know, in addition to the driving, just as an added bonus. More things to talk about, more things to consider. Okay, that looks good. Just coast along here. Use gravity to our advantage. Okay, it's done. What time is it anyway? 12 in the afternoon. And we have such pretty bad weather. Goodness. Are we in the M11 yet? There seems to be a... Oh crap. Ticket incoming. Oh no. Oh, we got lucky. Okay. Seemed to be a construction zone there. I wonder if that was a random event or if that was a static one. That checkpoint, that speed check was always there. I'm going to assume that it's always there, because it looked so advanced and melded pretty well. Oh, that looks so good, doesn't it? We even have an Ekeri trailer here. So all the goodies, really. All modded out. Pretty custom built Renault Range T, even with a colorful orange hubcap there, and an Ekeri trailer from Cast. So how can you complain about driving a quick job when you have something as customized as this one? No complaints here, especially not from me. But yeah, the thing that we lost, if you are familiar with the old series, where we were using, who was that? I think it was Alexei P, who started the improved company trucks mod, where some of the trucks have cracks in the windshield, which is not actually legal. He was the one who introduced that sometimes you get a truck that was damaged. And in a way, that actually was pretty nice, right? Because if you drive a pretty well-used truck, then chances are there are a few quirks here and there. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be in mint condition. So the mileage has to reflect that. And the damage, in a way, has to reflect that. And I kind of miss that, because here, with the Quick Jobs Tune Truck mod, we get all these different configs, but they're all perfect. So if I get some time, I might just add, like, I don't know, random numbers of damage if it's easy to modify the files, just so we can get those weird, like the truck just suddenly dying, or I don't know. Although, to be honest, I guess ideally, if a company was decent enough, they would keep their trucks in tip-top condition, or at least in drivable condition. Not that bad that the engine would actually die. Maybe just a few switches not working. But in general, everything's still intact. But yeah, it all depends. All depends. Also, I'm not sure what you guys can hear about my voice, but it is supposedly getting better. Getting close to normal weird voice. No longer husky weird voice. But my coughing is still there, so I tend to have to mute every now and then. I just muted a few seconds ago. If I grew quiet suddenly, that's the reason why, if you noticed. But yeah, pretty cool. Oh yeah, I just noticed we actually have 2 GPS as well. Quite repetitive. Maybe it's a redundancy because it's a used truck, and sometimes one of the GPS fails. So we're sure that we get something. I actually saw this in real life. A taxi driver. So most of the cab drivers here in Singapore, and instead of Uber we have Grab, but basically I'm going to call them taxi drivers, okay? But most of them have their own phones, of course, for the application, and they use some kind of navigation system in their phone. Either it's Waze, Google Maps, or whatnot. It's usually one of the two. Oh crap. Oh, detour. Oh crap. Why is it weird that we don't get any indication at all? Can we try to cheat it? Try to go through, see if they're going to block us? Normally you would get an indication that there's a detour, but in this case we didn't. So maybe it's okay. Yeah, I don't see any blockage. So that's good. Beautiful. I love this view. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. That's why there was a detour. But I mean, why would you need a detour if you can simply go on this other lane for a second? Yeah, the detour system in ETS2 is still a bit wonky. Wrong way of fence. Oh, fine. So yeah, at least we got through that without having to loop all the way around. We cheated the system, which was a bit buggy to be honest. But anyway, yes, I actually saw that there was a taxi driver with 2 phones with 2 different GPS systems. I guess one was Waze, one was Google Maps. Ooh, will not brake properly. Almost did not make it in time for that braking. So he had one of each just to be safe. So this kind of setup, not out of this world apparently. Some people actually have that kind of deal. Redundancy, just like in airplanes, right? And this is actually pretty apt because I've been flying in the UK in Explain. Because I bought the UK sceneries in Explain. I've been maximizing them. Amazing views. But no snow there so far. Yeah, because I did buy a graphics mod as well for Explain that simulates seasons. And it simulates real weather. So if that is to be... if it does have accurate weather, then there is no snow at the moment. At least in the parts of UK that I fly in. There's rain, but snow? Not really. Is it really that way from where you guys are from? Let me know, okay? Yeah, so we'll be driving more in the UK. Unless you guys have other suggestions, I'm open to them. But yeah, we don't have limits. But we'll continue that pattern of driving in a car to the company and then doing some paperwork and getting back into the truck. If you have other suggestions, let me know. But that's how I see it going. How's our fuel, by the way? Less than half, but we should have enough because we're almost there. Yeah, that's fine. 80 miles here, let's stick to that limit. Also, if you have suggestions, next truck, next destination, let me know in the comments. Try to remember them and work with them for the next episode. If not, then I will take care of picking a random one. But this is the perfect time for you guys. I know some of you have requests for certain trucks in certain places. So this is the series where we can maximize that. Because I'm not tied to a specific truck, I can switch as easy as picking a job. And places wise, we have our ways, aka called teleport. And yeah, I can manage that. And we have our trusty Fiat to take us to different places. Almost there. I saw the destination a while ago. Beautiful. Is that a castle? Or at least a tower, maybe? Quite nice looking, huh? This place is filled with so much history. Just by looking at the scenery, you know that it's been through a lot. So nice. This is just so nice. I'm happy to be back doing this Trucker for Hire series again. I know a couple of folks have been waiting for it too. But if you want to catch up on older episodes, I think there are 26 episodes in the past there. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Okay. Managed to go through that without crashing into anything. I'll take it. And I remember in the UK, that's really how you do it. If you are turning right on a roundabout, you have to signal right as you enter the roundabout. It's actually the same in Singapore. I got curious with the driving laws in Singapore, that even though I don't drive here, because driving here is only for rich people, they also have the same, which makes sense. UK rules, lots of UK influence here in Singapore. Pump the brakes. Made it just in time. Perfect. Is that green or red? Probably red because the other guys are still going straight. Grimsby looks like a pretty large industrial city. We do have some folks walking there though. Such a nice ambiance. Is it green now? It's green now. It looks both lit up from this angle. It's weird. Okay, fine. There we go. Looking good. We actually have to turn through here. So let's line up behind these cars. Auto World. Is that a real brand? I have no clue. Iveco? Anyone? You can also drive an Iveco, no problems with that. Although some people in the community would have problems with that, I'm sure. Some people actually call it crap Iveco. But that's just a little internal joke. Ivecos are okay, I guess. Nothing fancy, but they work. Many cars here at the moment. That's good. Right. Here we are. Let's deliver this. Alright. Ooh, that's bumpy. Why do we have that? No, I don't like that. A skipping parking deal. So driving in the right-hand drive truck is something that is not very normal for me. I find it very hard to determine where I am, which lane I should be in. But what's even harder when I'm driving a right-hand drive truck is parking. And I just realized this trailer actually has a steerable axle at the back. That's why it is weighing so hard. Goodness. Okay, I'll have to adjust that a bit. And I'll have to account for that extra wiggliness because of that steering. Oh, that's irritating. Let's go and remove that first. If you don't know how to remove that, options, gameplay, remove the automatic parking dialog right here. Okay. We enabled that in the last stream, the Pro Mods MP stream, because I accidentally turned off simple parking doubles. It was asking me to reverse a double trailer in, which we managed to do actually. So if you want to see how we did that, by pure luck, spoiler alert, check out the last Clumsy Trucking, where we did a Pro Mods multiplayer convoy. It's not something that we do often. There we go. Great. Awesome. Alright guys. And that is that. Thank you for joining me on this Trucker for Hire episode, and hopefully more to come. If you like to see more of this series, let me know in the comments. Make sure you smash that like button and let me know that you want to see more of it. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I'll catch you guys in the next episode, hopefully. Clumsy Trucking, and bye-bye.